Good evening, everybody. We are live on Facebook, live on Instagram. Hope everyone is good out there. Welcome to Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. All right. Good evening. It is a Wednesday, so it's Lindy Hop Jitterbug Day. This is Joel. Every night I go live at 7 o'clock Pacific time with my College of Swing Era Knowledge. Monday, Jazz. Tuesday, Charleston. Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Thursday evening swing here in Spokane, Washington. Friday, Shag. Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing. And Sunday, a chat for teachers and organizers. So tonight we continue our journey along Dean Collins and Jewel McGowan versus Frankie Manning and FREDA Washington. Just kind of comparing, contrasting, analyzing their style of dancing. And these, without a doubt, looking back, historically would be the two most iconic couples, if you will. Now, granted, there were thousands of people dancing, but for whatever reason over the years, we as Lindy Hoppers have flocked to kind of one of these two couples, if you will. And I talked in session one about back in the day there being this kind of smooth style, Dean Collins style, Hollywood style versus Savoy, Frankie kind of style. And we talked about the basic Sendout or the basic swing out for the beginning of the way that they were dancing. And then we talked about a swing out versus a whip as far as that movement last week. And tonight we're going to go into what I'm going to say for Dean and Joel would be a rhythm circle versus what we would call for Savoy or Frankie style, just a Lindy circle, if you will. And what's interesting is I've seen the Lindy circle taught the way I would teach a rhythm circle. I'll show you what we mean by that. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, because I don't want to forget to do it, so I'm reminding myself. The timing is impeccable. Nick Williams just posted, if you go over to his page, and I grabbed the YouTube link, he just posted some footage of Dean Collins, old private lesson footage with him and Jonathan and Sylvia Sykes. And what I love about this is throughout the whole thing, you see Dean sending Sylvia out. We talked about that week one, where Dean would do a send out versus what we call a swing out or a swing out from closed position. And so I thought that was neat. It's like, okay, good. He never actually did like a rock step, get in front, swing out. He always sent her out, which was what we covered 2 weeks ago. And then specifically at 3 minutes and 40, and I'll again share this clip when we're done tonight, he actually does a rhythm circle. So he does a rhythm circle with Sylvia, and we're going to show you the rhythm circle and a timing that we did there. But I think it's going to be neat for you to actually see Dean Collins do it. So let's get up off our office chairs, off of the couch, and let's get moving and grooving. Okay, so what we're going to work on tonight, we're going to start with Dean and Jewel's rhythm circle. Okay, so what's going to happen is, and one thing I definitely want to do, I have no clue why I didn't go over this last week with the whip for Dean Collins. One thing real quick before Jackie comes in. So in Frankie style, we get low and we do the 1-2. Now in Dean style, I know I did it with my feet, but I didn't talk about what we call a hitch kick. And I'm going to do it tonight when I go into the rhythm circle. So think about a kick ball change. But now instead of kicking forward, think about kicking or stretching back. And I'm actually going to slide my foot on the floor, and I'm going to go slide ball change. And we call that a hitch kick. And that was really common to see Dean do that in his Lindy go shoot, right? So we're going to do basically a kickball change rhythm with a slide ball change. And then on that triple step, I'm going to get in front of Jackie, and I'm going to have my right hand on her back. Now from there, I'm going to stay facing Jackie with the hand on the back and go around in what we're going to call a rhythm circle. So for the leaders, what's going to happen is I'm going to go hitch, kick, triple step. Now from this position, the rhythm that I learned back in the day, and again, the YouTube clip I'll send you with Dean, he just does regular Lindy footwork. But what I learned, what I really like, is we're going to go into a step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step rhythm. And so for leaders, you're going to step onto your right foot, step, hop on it, hop, and then step on the other foot. We're going to repeat that rhythm. Step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step. And followers, you'll feel that rhythm and do that starting onto your left foot. So again, any jazz movement or rhythm, you want to be ambidextrous, so you can step, hop, step, step, hop, step on the right, or step, hop, step, step, hop, step on the left. And again, rolled up pant leg for me is the left leg. So let's dance through that really quickly, just so you can see the rhythm circle, and then we'll talk about some nuances right afterwards. So I need Jackie to come out here. Okay, so here we are, and now we're going to be in this position. You're going to see that hitch kick, and then you're going to see me hang on and go around in, again, what we call a rhythm circle. 5, 6, here we go. Bring her in, triple step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step. Yeah, and can you count this time for us? Okay, 5, 6, here we go. Hitch, kick, triple step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step, step, hop, step. So I'm literally keeping this good connection. Well, again, from week 1, talking about the styling, our feet are more in and butts are away. So we keep that counterbalance as we go around in that movement.
You want to maintain a stretch away from your partner during that rhythm circle.
Yeah, so if anybody kind of breaks their hips and tucks their butt under, it's going to lose that good feeling of going out. So again, let's go to the 4 position. So 5, 6, here we go.
1 and 2, 3 and 4.
Okay, so now leaders right here. Last week we talked about the whip, head, shoulders, hips, feet, turning all the way around, creating that whip feel. Now I'm purposely going to open up. To me, it feels very much like a Savoy style swing out where I open this way.
90-degree rotation.
And so now that starts that circular rotation and gets us to step on that foot. And again, from there, we're going to go, it's hard to do slow. Step, hop, step, continue rotating my hips. Step, hop, step, step, hop, step. Now notice, a lot of times when I teach leaders this, they'll start that first step and they'll go like this, step. And so there's really no rotation for the follower if you take this foot and hook it behind. Actually, let me turn this way so the camera can see that. And they'll go, step. And it feels like I did a big rotation, but I didn't bring Jackie with me. So I'm going to go here and bring Jackie with me.
Moving the hips.
I'm going to continue that motion. So I continue to bring the hips around, hips around, hips around versus hooking that foot behind. All right, and followers, same thing. Keep your feet right underneath you as you go around in that rhythm, and now we've got that there. Okay, so that's the setup for what we're going to call the rhythm circle in Dean and Jules style. Now, to end that pattern, because you get some really good momentum on this. Now, there's a lot of different endings off of this, and the one I want to show tonight is reinforcing what we did in week 1. What I mean by that is I'm going to keep doing step, hop, step, step, hop, step, and then I'm going to break. I'm going to literally take my right foot forward and break the circle. And then from that, there's a lot of circular momentum still. So I'm going to step forward and I'm going to get a send out triple step, reinforcing what we did in week 1. But what's neat about this is the timing. You can go around as long as you want to. But for the sake of this class and for the sake of good timing, I'm going to get Jackie in that connection. I'm going to go around in the rhythm circle, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2 is where I'm going to break. Why? Because then I'm going to do the send out. 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And now we're ready for the 1, which is beautiful. Okay, so watch how that works. So we're going to go all the way to the rhythm circle, break it by taking your right foot, stepping forward through that circle versus opening up, and then the send out. 5, 6, here we go.
1 and 2, 3 and 4.
Step, hop, step, step, hop, step. 1,
2, 3, 4,
triple,
5, 6,
triple,
7 and 8.
and now we got the send out. Let's do it from this angle. 5, 6. Here we go. Rhythm circle.
3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
Step through.
1, 2, 3,
Send.
4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, now that angle I think was better as I stopped here. Boom. Now I can stay connected here, but on the last one, it just felt really good to let Jackie go a little bit. We get that counterbalance, stretch, push, triple, triple, and we talked about all that 2 weeks ago in session 1. Okay, so that's going to be our vanilla rhythm circle for Dean Collins, Jewel McGowan style. Okay, so we bring the follower in, feet in, butts away, keep that counterbalance, go around, and again, you can go around and zip around as many 8 counts as you want. You can really get flying with that, but in order to kind of give us a little bit of a pattern tonight, and more importantly, to kind of get back on the 1 musically, leaders, remember, take that right foot, drive it through on the 1, 2, and now you're in perfect position to bring in week 1's movement, the send out 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, ready for the 1 again. So let's put this together just a little bit. Now that we've have a couple figures for Dean, we're going to do a send out, we're going to do a whip, then I'm going to do a rhythm circle, break it on the 1, and send Jackie back out, just to kind of give us kind of a full circle of what we've done these last 3 weeks. Okay, so remember we start closed position, feet in, butts away, and I'm going to start with a rolling triple, and then we're going to do the send out. 5, 6, here we go. 1 and 2,
3 and 4,
5 and 6,
7 and 8, 1
and now send out.
5 and 6,
Now
7
whip.
and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4,
Twist.
5, 6,
Now
7 and 8,
rhythm circle.
3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8,
1.
2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
And now we're back out into this position. Watch that from this angle. 5, 6, here we go.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Now we do the send out.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
Whip.
1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8.
Circle.
2, 3, 4,
Rhythm.
5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, very cool. So that brings everything together from week 1, 2, and 3 for Dean and Jewel style. The send out, the whip, and now the rhythm circle. What you'll see in the clip that I'll share from Nick Williams' YouTube page with Dean, he actually, again, goes through regular Lindy hop footwork. So he brings her in, step, step, triple step, and he goes around in that rhythm circle position, step, step, triple step, 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 triple step, 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 triple step, and then you'll see him kind of step out and do that break. One other thing, I'm just going to show it to you because this could be a whole class in itself, rhythm circle variations. So I'm just going to do what we call a drop spin. So after I go around a little bit, and I'm here, hop, boom, so you do that send out. Again, there's a lot of counterbalance there. And I just do a little pirouette. If you want to bring this foot up, do a little spin. You can do 1 spin, 2 spins, 37 spins. I've seen like at Camp Hollywood, leaders spinning around, follower grabs the hand, leaders drop down. I mean, there's so many cool variations that come off of this rhythm circle.
And followers, if the leaders start doing that crazy spin, you can do some stuff with your feet, but I wouldn't go too far because they might need you to
Yeah,
grab
they need
onto
you.
if those spins get a little crazy. So be a base for them just in case.
All right, any questions out there? Again, that was our Dean and Jewel rhythm circle review.
Give us a thumbs up if you're doing
Thumbs
okay
up.
with this material.
All right, or a question. And we'll keep an eye on the comment section as we go into now Frankie and Freda Savoy style Lindy circle. Okay, so again, last week we talked about having that athletic stance. Here we are with our feet. Underneath us, our weight is forward. Frankie gets that nice low down on the 1, 2, and he's going to bring his follower forward on the 1, 2. Right, and we get to the 3 and 4 position. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. So this is a swing out. And last week we talked about opening up, leading on the F, letting go on the I, out of the way by the V, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Followers going straight through on a swing out, right? So that was last week's material. So now when we do a Lindy circle, for me, over the years when I've taught this, I try to make this move look and feel different. It's circle, it's spelled different, it should feel different. So here's what I mean by that. Jackie's gonna do exactly the same thing. She's gonna be let in, she's gonna feel the rotation on the triple step, she's gonna keep going toward this wall, and she's gonna get into, instead of my hand, my forearm. Why? Because leaders, I'm gonna go step, step, triple step. I'm gonna purposely stop my triple here and go 90 degrees or make an L shape and really try to get my forearm on Jackie's back versus the hand. So you remember earlier when I was talking about what we're going to do tonight and how I said, I've seen people teach the Lindy circle the way I would normally think of it with Dean and Jewel. So what I mean by that is I've seen people say, okay, get to the 4, 3 and 4, and now to do a Lindy circle, just hang on and go around. Step, step, triple step. So again, I'm not a big right or wrong teacher. You absolutely can do that physically, but it has a certain feel to it when you keep the hand on the back versus getting that 90-degree position and getting the forearm on the back. You just get a really nice deep connection with the follower's back. Now I'm going to go all the way through and around 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're here, and at the end of this, when I do the rock step, I release the forearm connection into the hand, and now we're back to the swing out start that we talked about with Frankie and FREDA. Watch it from this angle. So here we are. I'm going to get to that 4. Step, step, triple step. So you'll see you got this angle versus this angle. So for me, when I'm dancing socially, this would equal a swing out. This is the feel, the look, the shape. If I'm here, I'm going to be going into a Lindy circle. I'm still going to open my hip on count 5. Boom. But now Jackie's really in that form for 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get to that position.
And like Joel said, followers are doing the same exact thing regardless of whether it's a swing out or a circle. And you just keep your arms in that nice frame position. So if Joel were to do a swing out, my hand would just rest gently on his arm area, shoulder area. Yeah. But if it's a circle, then my arm is just going to end up kind of draping along the back. So again, my arm is just in frame position, and I gently rest my hand there. I don't want to think about placing it anywhere funky. Grabbing
a shoulder or anything.
Yeah,
like
and then it feels really nice for me personally to have that closer connection when we do that circle and that rotation. Having a connection that's closer with that forearm, I feel like we're almost pivoting on the same point. We get a lot more control that way, and it just feels better than with the hand on the back for a circle. So yeah, are there any questions about the Lindy circle? It looks great. Yay! It feels really good too. Yeah, so if you haven't done it that way, I really recommend trying it for leaders. Like you said, you really want to make sure if you're used to going in front of the follower for a circle with the hand on the back, it's going to be really hard to break that muscle memory, but you just have to remember to do a 1, 2, and a small triple step. Just 90 degree. Don't rush it too much.
Yeah, so again, for the leader's perspective, if I do a swing out, I'm going to do a step, step, and a triple step,
for swing out.
Turning all the way around, thinking about, I think, what I call cut the corner. So I turn all the way around, I look back where I came from for a swing out. On a circle, I have the same footwork, but I'm going to go step, step, triple step.
90 degrees.
Yeah, 90 degrees. Now, I also want to be careful if I get Jackie back in, because then it'll reinforce what I'm going to say here. Notice I didn't travel that way on the triple step, because if I go toward Jackie on this triple, I can't get my forearm, no, stay up. I can get my forearm around her, but I have to reach all the way over here to make it happen. And that's because I moved my triple this way. So I'm going to be really patient. I'm just going to turn my body on the triple. I know where Jackie's going. I've led her forward on the 1, 2. So follow where momentum comes into play. I know she's coming into this arm. Step, step, triple step. So see how I'm really patient with that triple. Wait to get this connection, then open up 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that'll really make it feel nice and connected in that forearm. Catherine, Catherine Kane, hi Cleveland. I love the followers positioning on the leader's back on the circle. Yeah, like Jackie said, she doesn't think about where to put it. It just kind of naturally goes there.
And then for followers also, just like the rhythm circle, feet are staying underneath the body for that 5 through 8 of the regular circle.
Yeah.
Frankie circle, I guess you'd call it.
Lindy circle.
Yeah, Lindy circle. So if you watch my feet followers for the Lindy circle,
Step, triple
step,
under,
triple step. So step. Yeah, it's all underneath my body. We see a lot of followers in class when we teach this. They tend to let their feet kind of fly backwards.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
So watch, if Jackie lets her foot fly, her right foot, if it flies open, then it creates way too much over rotation.
Yeah.
So everybody, feet underneath. So let's do exactly what we did with Dean and Jewel, putting together weeks 1, 2, and 3 now. So remember, Frankie and FREDA style, we do a swing out from closed position, which is the start of their movement. And then we did what's called a Lindy turn, or what some people call a swing out from open. And again, for this style, we're going to reinforce Jackie going straight out with the right foot going in front on 6 versus a rotation or backing out, as we'll call it. Again, that's a whole other class in itself.
Dinner's ready.
Okay, and then we're going to finish it up with a circle. So we're going to do a swing out from closed, a Lindy turn, or a swing out from open, followed by a circle. So here we go. We do the swing
1, 2, 3,
out.
and 4, 5, 6, 7,
We
and
do
8.
the Lindy
1, 2, 3,
turn.
and 4, 5, 6, 7,
We
and 8.
do the Lindy
1, 2, 3,
circle.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
And now I have the forearm on the back. If I want to repeat, I rock, release the forearm to the hand,
3 and 4.
and repeat everything. Okay, so that's putting weeks 1, 2, and 3 for Savoy style, or Frankie and FREDA style for that. Okay. Oh my goodness, old school Cleveland peeps watching tonight. Awesome, good to see you all. Okay, so now we did Dean and Jewel, we did Frankie and FREDA. So now I'm gonna put a song on. This is one of our local favorites called Zonky, and we don't get dinged for this. This is because their version, their music, so it doesn't get hit. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit just so we can get some good quality of movement, not dance too fast. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dance Dean and Jewel style to the song, just so you can see it with the tempo and the movement. Stop, reset myself. Same song, same energy, same tempo, Frankie and FREDA style. Okay. Okay, so check it out. Let's turn this up just a little bit. Okay. Dean and Jewel, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, now we'll do Dean and Jewel style. I'm sorry, Frankie and FREDA style. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing out. Lindy turn. Lindy circle. And go. Yeah, so again, same tempo, same song, same feel, and yet we danced 2 different styles to that same music. So that's what I said in the notes that I've been trying to promo is nowadays what I really love is we're not so much set on any particular style anymore. We can just kind of mix and match, and just this really adds some nice repertoire, nice styling, nice what's the word I like to use? Texture. Add some texture to your dancing and try some different shapes and different movements. Don't always swing out from closed position when you go out on the dance floor. Do a send out every once in a while, and vice versa. And then try a rhythm circle every once in a while instead of a Lindy circle. Play around with, like we talked about, the technique of the forearm on a Lindy circle. If you're used to just hanging on with your hand on the back, I think the followers will really, really feel the difference on those things. Now, again, on that particular song, we danced the 3 sessions of Dean and Jewel, and then we stopped. And we said, okay, now we're going to do the 3 sessions of Frankie and FREDA. So I want to be very mindful. I think we talked about this last week. You don't, just because you're in like Dean and Jewel mode, how do I want to word this? Like you can still do a whip without being in full Dean Jewel mode. And you can still do a Frankie FREDA circle, Lindy circle, even though you might be in Dean and Jewel style. Does that make sense? Like don't think like, okay, I can only do a whip if I have my feet in and my butt away, right? And I can only do a Lindy circle if I'm more in a Savoy stance. Like, it's not so much the stance. Again, we've been showing you that just to give you the aesthetic look of a smooth Hollywood Dean style versus Savoy Frankie style, but the moves can be intermixed. What I mean by that is we're going to put that song on again, and we're just going to dance. And I'm not going to like chunk Dean and Jewel, stop, chunk Frankie FREDA, and stop. I'm just going to dance, and you're going to see same song, same tempo, but I'm just going to mix things up. Like sometimes I'll do a whip, sometimes I'll do a Savoy Lindy Turn, sometimes I'll do a circle, sometimes I'll do a rhythm circle. Yeah, so just kind of watch and see if you can see the elements. And again, we're not going to stress about feet in, butts away or Savoy style. We're just going to dance. Okay, here we go. So check this out, making sure there's no questions out there. Very good. Oh, anyone else's video buffered some during the Frankie FREDA demo? It was okay for me. Oh, okay, should we do the Frankie? Well, let's do the demo of like mixing things up, and if we need to go back and do Frankie and FREDA again, we will. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're just gonna dance.
Happy feet, I've got those happy feet. Give them a low down beat, and make dancing. I've got those 10-year-old tapping toes, and when they hear a tune, they control the dancing.
So I totally was just mixing it up, and again, not worried about session 1, 2, and 3, and trying to make sure I emulate Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA. So sometimes I did a swing out, sometimes I did a whip, went to a rhythm circle. Like, it can be done at any time. So I really want to reinforce the fact that it's not mandatory that you're like, I'm gonna dance Dean and Jewel stitch. I did that.
Gene and Jewel?
Gene and Jewel. I don't have to like go on the floor thing. I have to go that way or the other way. It's just texture. It's just variations and options for your dancing. Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Should we redo the Frankie FREDA demo with music? We have a little bit of time, so let's do that. Let's back up. Let's do Frankie and FREDA specifically, stop, and then do Dean and Jewel, just to reinforce that since we got some time. Okay, here we go. So here's Frankie and FREDA. Swing out from closed, Lindy turn, or swing out from open, and a Lindy circle. Okay, so again, Savoy weights forward, feet underneath us. Okay, so I swing out, Lindy turn, and circle with the forearm. Yeah, okay, now again. Dean and Jewel style, feet in, butts away, start with rolling triples. 5, 6, here we go. Triple, triple, triple change, triple, triple, send out, whip, and rhythm circle. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. And we end in that feet in, butts away position. Excellent. We are on perfect timing. Very good, very good. Excellent. Okay. So we're right on time for our hopefully 30 to 40 minute sessions. Next week we'll conclude, even though there's no conclusion, there's hundreds of moves in both styles, but I really wanted to compare and contrast kind of the bigger differences between the two styles, the send out versus the swing out, and then the posture, feet in, butts away versus Savoy athletic stance, and then whip versus Lindy turn, rhythm circle versus circle, and next week, Savoy kicks versus side-by-side Charleston. Now, I'm excited for this because I really don't see Savoy kicks being done that often out socially anymore. So I'm excited to share that rhythm with you. It's just fancy, fun side-by-side Charleston. That's all it is. It's going to be really neat. But that'll conclude our 4-week session of Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA. So once again, everybody, we really appreciate you joining in and sharing your evening with us, or if you're watching this later, hopefully this brings you a little bit of joy, brings you some ideas for your own dancing, and if it's improved your dancing or had you think about things, please consider donating above. We've got a comment here. Yes, thank you, Catherine. I keep telling people about our Cleveland days when, quote, everyone did all the dances, all kinds of music was played at the events, and the styles were distinct but mixed. I can't even tell you how many times I've brought that up to different communities that I go to. The norm nowadays, and again, I'm not a right or wrong kind of teacher or whatever, but the norm is you go to a bigger event or an event and there's the blues room, the Balboa room, the whatever room, and so by nature of the beast, you're gonna separate all these people. And what I loved when Valerie and I were just so crazy about all this stuff, we, like Catherine says in the comments, if it was a slower song, we danced slow. If it was a faster song, we danced fast. And if it was a happy song, we danced happy. And if it was a sad song, we danced sad. And we tried to share as much as we could, and we tried to dance everything we could. And that was just some good days back there. And I'm really hoping that we bring that back. And I brought that up in some of the teacher organizer chats we've been having on Sundays as well. All right, Savoy kicks next week. It's on your calendar. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. So once again, if we brought you any joy, if we got you up off the couch or off of your chair tonight, up and moving and grooving, please donate above. And once again, Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge, Monday Jazz, Tuesday Charleston, Wednesday Lindy Hop and Jitterbug, Thursday evening swing here in Spokane, Friday shag, Saturday Balboa and Bell swing, Sunday for teachers and organizers. Until we meet again, as always, night, night, crazy about you.